long before colonial ships touched African shores. Before missionaries built churches, Africa was already Christian, not in whispers, not in secret, but in kingdoms. In the 1st century AD, Christianity entered Africa through Egypt. One of its earliest centers was Alexandria, a city of knowledge, philosophy, and fire. Here, one of Jesus' followers, St. Mark, is believed to have established one of the world's first Christian communities. And while Europe was still figuring itself out, Africa was already shaping Christian thought. Theologians like Augustine of Hippo from modern-day Algeria helped define core Christian doctrines still used today. Further south, in the powerful kingdom of Aksum, something extraordinary happened. In the 4th century, King Ezana of Aksum converted to Christianity. This made Aksum one of the first Christian nations on earth alongside Rome. Christianity in Africa wasn't foreign. It was royal, indigenous, rooted. But then, history shifted. The rise of Islam across North Africa in the 7th century gradually reduced Christian influence in many regions. And for centuries, Christianity in Africa became isolated, surviving mainly in Ethiopia until outsiders returned. In the 15th century, European ships appeared again on African shores. But this time, they didn't come empty-handed. They came with Bibles and flags. Missionaries preached salvation while empires mapped territories. Figures like David Livingstone believed Christianity and commerce would open Africa. But what followed changed the continent forever. Was Christianity brought to save souls or to make colonization easier? In many places, conversion went hand in hand with colonial rule. New names replaced old ones. Local beliefs were erased. Identity began to shift. Christianity became not just religion, but influence. In many regions, conversion wasn't always a choice. Mission schools offered education, but often demanded conversion to Christianity. Traditional beliefs were labeled as evil. Sacred practices were banned. In places like Nigeria and Ghana, African names were replaced with European ones. Shrines were destroyed. Cultures were rewritten. Christianity became more than faith. It became a tool of transformation and sometimes control. But Africa did not simply accept. It resisted. Movements like the Maji-Maji Rebellion in East Africa pushed back against German rule and forced systems tied to colonial control. In southern Africa, independent African churches began to emerge, blending Christianity with African identity. Faith was no longer imported. It was being reclaimed. Today, Africa stands as one of the most Christian regions in the world. But the legacy remains complex. Churches brought education and literacy, but also helped reshape identity. Colonial borders still affect nations. Religious divisions still influence politics. And the question still echoes, was Christianity in Africa a gift of faith or a gateway for empire, or both? Subscribe for more.